Hello everyone, Dungeoneers here, and as you saw in those previous clips, we made quite a bit of progress this week actually. We managed to do all of our Dark Rifts, which I had been putting off for no real reason, just hadn't really been feeling them, you know. We did a bunch of those, made a lot of millies in those boxes, put it all together and managed to get ourselves a Tet Often. Now, I know there's a bit of a toss-up all the time on whether Often or Zarka is better. I think, for me, for what I want right now, the Often is the best bet. It has a higher AP level, so you get to AP brackets easier. However, it is lacking in accuracy, but the Succession Ranger doesn't really need the accuracy as much as a lot of other classes, and I do plan on going for Black Star eventually anyway. And this is just going to help us get to those AP brackets faster so that we can grind the higher money making areas and start making enough that we can start funding that Black Star. As for what we're doing next, every single time that we hit 269 mil, we are basically going for Tet Kutum. And as we go for the Tet Kutum, once we finally get that, we should be able to effectively clear Mansions. I'm able to clear it pretty well right now, but not quite at the level where I think I would make more money there than at Blood Wolves. So we've been trying to work towards that Tet Kutum. Once we get there, we're going to swap to Mansions and really start upping our money game. After that, we really have to start doing our knowledge grind. It's hard, boys. Like I really don't like doing the knowledge grind, and I don't like questing, but you cannot put aside how profitable life skilling is. And in order to life skill effectively, I mean, essentially the more energy you have, the way more profitable it gets. Every single energy point is a, possible like 5 gathers or more based on how lucky you are. And when each gather can be like 3 to 5 mil a piece, like that's a lot of money. So I really have to do the knowledge grind as well. I have a dude in my guild with over 530 energy. Can you imagine having over 530 energy? That's absolutely wild. I can't even imagine having that. The dude can literally just gather all day. Shoutouts to Thelmore from my guild. I'm in Kaka. It's a guild that I joined recently on the live streams, which if you guys haven't actually checked out the live streams, make sure you do. Twitch.tv/Dungeoneers Live. I've been trying to stream every, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was the initial plan, at least. That was the plan at the start. The every is starting to become a little bit of an issue. I've really been trying to keep on it, but I still work full time. This isn't my job yet. I say yet because I am hoping to become a full-time content creator one day, as I've mentioned many times, but unfortunately it's just one of those things, where as much as I've been working towards it, I still do have to work a full-time job, and because of that, plans get put aside, ideas get shelved for time, and it's sort of a harder thing to work on, but I'm trying to stream at least every 3 days a week. Make sure you guys tune in. It's a really, really good atmosphere. We listen to some good music, really, really chat focused. We hang out with the chat. We do all sorts of fun stuff. We even just kind of mess around. I had somebody mention in my last stream that they guaranteed that I would get 2 Crescent Rings if I went to Crescents. So I went all the way from Grana to Crescents and grinded for around 2 hours. For the record, they did not drop me a single Crescent Ring. So that person in chat, you're getting banned. I'm kidding. You're not going to get banned, but it's been a really, really fun time, and I hope you guys can check it out. On top of that, I've also started a Twitter. I find that with being on YouTube, it's sort of hard to communicate with my audience on what's going on. For example, I had to cancel a stream a little while ago. I don't think it was last week. I think it was the week before. And I ended up having to cancel the stream because it actually ended up being me and my girlfriend's 5-year anniversary, and I didn't want to spend our entire anniversary together streaming Black Desert without her, So what ended up happening was I just had to cancel it. But I mean, posting in Discord, my Discord has maybe, 300 people in it, but my YouTube channel has almost 30,000 people watching, so there's not a lot of crossover there, so only a couple people knew why it got canceled, and I didn't really want to leave you in the dust. So unfortunately, Dungeoneers was taken on Twitter, which is, totally understandable. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I have a link down in the description below. It's twitter.com/Dungeoneers. But basically, yeah, guys, on the streams, what we've been doing, like I said, in this clip in the background you're watching here, we are currently grinding Polly's Forest. There's a couple more skills that I needed to get, and before I could really start going to the higher end areas, I really need regeneration, I really need Nature's Trumble, and I really need the Succession version of Shotgun. I don't remember what the actual skill name is, but essentially it's the shotgun ability. You press spacebar and it cancels some of your skills into a shotgun. And I really need all of those. And Polly's Forest, you know, it's pretty good for money, but I'm pretty sure it's completely unmatched in terms of skill experience, at least in terms of areas that also make you money. So you should definitely be heading out to Polly's if you're needing, you know, if you need any sort of skill XP. I've been getting, I don't really have like an hourly figure, but it's noticeably better than pretty much anywhere else in the game. So been grinding out a little bit of that, but like I said, once we get to the skills that we need and we get our tech kudum, we'll be able to head out to Mansions and really start upping our money per hour. After that, I've been doing a lot of grinding with my guild over at Trees. Haven't been using all my loot scrolls and stuff like that. I haven't been, you know, super optimizing it. I've just kind of been enjoying my time with the game, trying to make sure I don't get burnt out, because I tend to have an issue with Black Desert where once I get into it, I play it for like 10 hours at a time. And then after those 10 hours, 10 hours a day for like a month, I just get burnt out and don't want to touch it again. So I'm trying to take it at my own pace this time, which is kind of weird because that's always what I recommend to people who start it. I always tell them, you know, classic BDO line that it's a marathon, not a sprint. But yet I always bring myself to sprint through it for some reason and end up hating it. So I'm switching that up. I'm switching my mindset up. I'm going at it kind of slow. But yeah, we've been grinding with the guild at Trees. I'm hoping I'm going to get to 61 fairly soon, probably within the next couple days, and then I'll be able to replace my Kagdom ring with a Kaposha ring, and that'll be able to be sold for another 200 mil. The 200 mil isn't big, but it will add quite a bit more AP. And then once we have that, I'll probably end up making 2 Kaposha rings, or at least 2 Kaposha earrings once we hit 62. I think that's the plan, because once I get the 2 Kaposha earrings, 1 Kaposha ring, and then the Tech Kudum, I should be able to grind some of the higher end areas. Definitely Mansions. I'm pretty much able to do that now. It's just not quite as efficient as I'd like. And then we should probably be able to start moving to some of the higher end areas like Akhman, maybe a little Shere Khan, although it's pretty RNG over at Shere Khan right now. And there's a lot of people there, actually. All the areas that I enjoy, I've been looking forward to grinding. They're all really, really full because of the unlimited HP and mana potions. I'm actually thinking of going for one of those infinite mana potions, but I think what I'm going to do is sort of see where I can get a drop first, because if I can get an infinite health potion, the Ranger Succession does not have any way of getting health back outside of, frenzy drafts, beast drafts, and HP potions. So getting the infinite HP potion with a fairy would be super convenient for being able to just keep my health full all the time. But if I get the infinite mana potion, I could actually end up swapping to Awakening, which would also help us out in terms of PvP, because the Ranger Succession is really not great at PvP. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, there's definitely worse classes, but it's not the type of PvP in terms of 1v1 that I'm really looking for. Something else I want to mention as well, it just popped into my head, I completely forgot. For those of you who didn't know, seasonal servers are starting on, I believe, either June or July 10th, but I'm pretty sure it's June 10th. And as seasonal servers start, guys, of course, we're going to be making a video series on that. It was basically just made for my channel. I mean, I started this channel showing new players how to start brand new, fresh accounts and get themselves sort of to the ability where they could start following other guides, just where you can start grinding polys and blood wolves and really start putting the time in. So I'm definitely going to be doing a seasonal grind, a seasonal character. If you guys have an idea for a character you'd like to see, I'm already thinking of a couple, but if you guys have a specific one you'd like to see, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you're sort of interested, and if you're going to be playing seasonal, because I think it's a really cool idea. I love playing seasonal in Diablo 3. Every time a new season starts, I always get into it and play it for a couple weeks, and it's just really cool to be able to start from scratch. And it seems like the Black Desert ones are going to reward your main account, or at least your main characters, with gear based on how well you did in the seasonal run. So we're going to be streaming that again, of course, twitch.tv/Dungeoneers live, link in the description. And of course, we are going to be making tons of videos on that, boys. We might even do a daily upload, just sort of showing off what kind of progression I've made, even if it's only like, I made 30-40 mil that day. We might just do a little video on it, just showing you guys sort of what we did, what we accomplished that day, and everything like that. Outside of that, though, guys, this is all I really wanted to talk about. I didn't make a crazy amount of progress. I basically did this all in about 2 or 3 days. I've just been kind of messing around and hanging out with friends and stuff like that in-game, but I managed to do those Dark Rift boxes and save up enough money to get ourselves a Tet Offen, which has brought us up to 223 AP, and then we are going to be going for that Tet Kudum, which will bring us to the point where we could pretty much start doing Manchems effectively. This class is pretty overpowered. So thank you all so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget, check out the stream, check out the Twitter, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.